Hello, my name is Chris and this is Writing Delight. Most people who have a fountain pen also want to store it somewhere, for transportation or storage. So here is a non-exhaustive and by no means representative overview of fountain pen cases. Cases are also ideal for people who want to give a fountain pen fan a gift but have no idea what to get. A good case can be an option here, so take a look. Some of these cases are also linked to for purchase in the video description. But what is important when looking for a case for a fountain pen? On the one hand, it has to hold the fountain pen, of course, but it should also protect it. And if several fountain pens fit into the case, then ideally the case should also protect the fountain pens from each other. In other words, pencil backs are not a good storage solution. That's why I'm going to show you a few different cases and other storage options here. Maybe you'll find a suitable case for you here, or you will find a great gift. This Lamy case can be found in some sets. Of course, it also stands for cases of this type from other brands. This single case is made of thin leather or imitation leather and is relatively rigid. The case is closed with a snap fastener. A slim Lamy Studio fits well here, but as soon as the pen gets thicker, especially at the end, it gets harder. The material has to stretch to get the pen in far enough, and then the pen is quite firmly stuck in there. Fountain pens with a clip-on cap can cause a problem here. But if you stretch the case a little, especially over time, larger fountain pens will also fit in it. Incidentally, the snap fastener is covered on the inside. This means it does not scratch. Here we have, for once, a writing set. And I'm not talking about the pens in the set. Even though the ballpoint pen and fountain pen in the set are quite usable. And for those who like these pens, there are also other designs, not just this latest version. This case with zipper is made of real leather, and of course it fits perfectly with the rather slim pens in the set. But a Visconti Homo sapiens also fits in here. In addition, a Lamy Studio. It is narrower and the case is well filled, but the protective function to the outside is still given. It gets tight with the Visconti Homo sapiens and a Waldmann grandeur, but even here the case can be closed, but it does bulge a little. This is a rather narrow case that holds more than you might think at first. One disadvantage are the narrow straps. These do not prevent the pens from coming into contact with each other in the case. And not only does it work well and hold more than you might initially think, it's also affordable. The set here is available for less than 40 euros. Some versions are even available for under 30 euros. Two good pens with a metal body and a real leather case. The Rickshaw case impresses with its eye-catching pattern, reminiscent of traditional Japanese fabrics. The combination of robust outer material and soft padding reliably protects your fountain pens from scratches. This way the pens will not be damaged. This version fits two pens. The case is open at the top and you can simply insert the fountain pens. The disadvantage is that the pens can be directly visible from above if they are long enough or too wide. But the case is long enough for the long fountain pens like the Esterbrook SD Oversize to fit in here as well. The case holds the fountain pens quite well and you have quick access to them. However, since the case is always open, it cannot offer absolute protection. But it is ideal for transporting in a good bag or jacket pocket. It also looks good on desks. This case from Tony Perotti is a typical small case with a tuck-in flap. However, this one is noticeably short. The case is made of brown leather and has a movable inner divider. In terms of length, it is large enough for normal fountain pens. But as you can see, it can be difficult for particularly large or long fountain pens with this somewhat short flap. However, the case is of high quality and can also accommodate larger fountain pens thanks to the movable divider inside. Incidentally, it is no coincidence that the Italian flag is sewn into the case. The brand and probably also the leather comes from Italy. This is a case from Clairefontaine. Actually, this is not a fountain pen case. It comes from the art sector. It is therefore a little large. And for those who are wondering how this large piece of thread is used, the pens are inserted and then rolled. Then close the band and the roller is ready. Ideally, however, you should not put the fountain pens all the way down into the slightly too large roll, so that the cap comes to a rest a little under the tab at the top. This way the fountain pens protect each other from touching and nothing can fall out when rolled. Incidentally, this not only works for large fountain pens, it can also be done with small fountain pens. You can then simply fold the roll a little further. The pens are held well by the rollers, whether they are large, wide pens or small, narrow ones. The case is made of thread as previously mentioned, so it will take on a patina over time. The Tacca case is a case from Japan. It is made of soft fabric. This case is designed for a fountain pen like many others and is available in different versions and colors. But due to its design, the case is excellent for a wide variety of fountain pens, even for particularly thick fountain pens and also for longer ones. But short fountain pens like the Kaweco Sport also fit. Here you can still push out the pen. This is a case that stands out a little due to its design, fabric and cord closure. But it is very versatile. The Sailor cases comes in this box. It's a leather case with a zipper on the side. The back is set off again separately. Inside we have space for 5 fountain pens, which are held in place with a white rubber band. This is to prevent the fountain pens from coming into contact with each other too easily. However, since this rubber band is attached at the top, it is still possible for the fountain pens to touch each other slightly at the bottom. If you attach the clips of the fountain pens at the front, the case may appear a little bulging. Otherwise, however, large and all the thicker fountain pens can be accommodated. One disadvantage here, however, is once again the position of the rubber band. In the case of clip-on caps that are not very stable, it may exceptionally happen that the barrel is not held well enough, but the cap is held very well. The fountain pen could open, but that is very unlikely. Even small fountain pens can be easily accommodated here. This is a grey cloth case sold on Amazon. It has a sturdy lid and spine, and the sides are flexible and zippered. Inside we have 2 rubber bands per pen, and a separator that protects the 2 sides of the case from contact. The case holds the fountain pens very well and securely thanks to the 2 rubber bands. You can fit good-sized fountain pens like the Esterbrook SD Oversized or wide fountain pens like the Visconti Homo sapiens. This fits easily in terms of size. One filled page makes a good case that doesn't look bulging. If you fill the second page, it's different. The case then looks full from the outside, which it is with the 12 fountain pens. But still, the fountain pens are stored safely, without worrying about damage. This already well-used fountain pen roll is from Saki Collection. It is made of a fabric and, like most rolls, is held by a band that you wrap around the roll. This roll has 3 compartments and a long top flap. This ensures that the fountain pens inside are always protected from falling out and touching each other. And as you can see, even large or wide fountain pens fit well in here. Rolled, the fountain pens are well protected inside, from the outside, against falling out, and from each other thanks to the flap. You just have to make sure that you place the pens neatly inside so that you can roll the roll well. Small fountain pens can also be stored in this roll. There may be a little air in it, but the pens are well stored in it. This roll is available in different fabric patterns. This is a large leather case with a flap that is sold on Amazon. It is a dark brown color and you can already see marks on the leather. The sweet case develops a characteristic patina over time. It clearly shows use and age, something that some people like very much. Under the flap, which is held perfectly by magnets, we have the slots for fountain pens. These are excellently separated from each other. And as you can see here, not only do 12 fountain pens fit into it, it also doesn't matter if they are thicker and longer fountain pens. The case is rigid. The fountain pens can therefore slide back and forth if they are not so wide or long, but they are safe. A special feature here is that you can take out the interior. This way you have a sturdy case and a good presentation of your fountain pens. It is worth considering. These cases are also available for fewer fountain pens. This is a roll for one fountain pen. It is made of embossed leather and has a snap fastener. The counterpart of the snap fastener is not touched by the fountain pen when rolling. The usual fountain pens also fit in here. Since this roller is made of sturdy leather, it does not matter whether the fountain pens are larger or smaller as long as they fit in once. The roller does not bend easily, and of course it offers excellent protection. The push button also holds well. If you want to take a fountain pen with you in a stable package, you will find a good option here. This is a case from the company Diplomat, a 4-pen case. This one is made of real leather. It is, in my opinion, a typical case with a flap for insertion, which you will find more often. The Diplomat logo is embossed on the strap. The flap is long enough to completely cover the front. Inside we have movable dividers that separate the fountain pens. The movable arrangement also allows you to fill the case with fountain pens of different thicknesses. If a fountain pen needs more space and there is a slightly narrower fountain pen next to it, this mechanism will accommodate it. The case can be filled with large and wide fountain pens, as you can see here. The only difficulty, if only correspondingly wide fountain pens are used, is that it may be harder to get a fountain pen out. But that also subsides when the case has been worn in a little, so it became a little more flexible. But even so, this is not really a problem. Incidentally, small and thin fountain pens can also be stored here with ease. They are held quite well and, especially with small fountain pens, can still be easily removed. If necessary, you can slide them out towards the front with a little momentum. Overall, the case does not appear to be full, even with large fountain pens. It protects the fountain pens well. This is a case from Waldmann, made of real leather of course, and of course made in Germany. This case has a zipper on the side and a small extra leather element that serves as decoration, but it also makes the case more stable. Inside we have space for 2 fountain pens. These are not loops, but real cases into which the fountain pens are inserted. At first, these cases are a little stiff because they are made of leather, but this will subside with use, and then the fountain pens are even easier to insert. The case keeps the fountain pens well protected when it's closed. It's not bulky, at least when slightly thicker clips are inserted on the side. However, the fountain pen should not be too thick at the beginning. The Homo sapiens does not fit well here yet. However, the Waldmann grandeur is not a problem. But as soon as the case has been used a little and the leather is no longer quite so stiff, a Homo sapiens will fit too. However, the Esterbrook SD oversized is so long that the zipper bulges a little. Maybe you shouldn't use it in here. Small fountain pens fit very well. If you put them in too far, they can also be easily pushed out. This is not a case, but it is a pen holder. At least if you want to attach it to a book. This holder from Nuuna can be attached to a notebook with an elastic band. It then has a loop for a pen and the option of also accommodating a cell phone. However, this only works if you have it at least an A5 format book upright. Otherwise, it is too loose. However, the fountain pen is completely unprotected. There is no protection against damage or falling out. And as soon as you let the rubber band slip off the book, it no longer holds the pen. But the solder can be attached as shown here, or just around the cover and then inside, so either that the book is held closed or not. Here we have the Rhodia Pen Loop. This is not a case, in no sense. It is a pen loop that can be glued into any book and then provides a pen loop, as demonstrated here. Of course, it does not provide any protection for the pens. But it can give books a pen loop that otherwise would not have one. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. Here we have a case with an elastic band, but the elastic band is on the outside. This case can be stretched around a book, for example a notebook, either so that it is closed immediately or just around the cover so that the book can be opened at any time. In contrast to the Nuuna pen holder, however, we have a case with a zipper here, in the style of a pencil bag. So it fits more than just a pen. But to protect the pen you should only put a fountain pen in it, or protect the pen additionally. Unfortunately, the workmanship of this product from China is not flawless. The zipper is not sewn onto tightly enough, at least on one of the pen cases. The pen could fall out. It would be harder with the other pen case. Too bad. So either buy the set of two and hope, or if necessary, sew it on. In any case, the idea is practical, not just for fountain pens. This case is simple, very simple. A bit of fabric that is sewn, and a Velcro fastener. That's it. It is clearly not a storage for the toughest use. But it does protect the fountain pens, and the case is not picky about the shape and dimensions of the fountain pen. This small, very affordable fabric case is perfect for additional protection, or in a bag where you don't want to carry a lot. But the word case is also wrong here. Sleeve is more like it. But in some situations, this can be very practical. And even if it's just to transport another fountain pen in a case or box carefully and with a little protection. Or to protect the fountain pen a little more in a bag. This is a case with a solid lid and bottom and a zipper. The inside is where it gets interesting. There are 3 very long holders that hold the fountain pen securely, and due to the length, they also protect them from the neighbor. Very thick fountain pens can be a bit difficult to insert. I wouldn't rely on loosening the material here, by the way. I like the solution with the 3 very long holders inside very much. By the way, it should be made of real leather, at least on the outside. Here we have a case from Kaweco, and it not only looks small, it is small. As you can see here in comparison to the Diplomat case. The case is made of real leather and has a Kaweco logo on the strap. The flap goes all the way down the case. Inside we have embossed Kaweco on the case again. A normal fountain pen does not fit in here, but Kaweco also has small fountain pens. This case is designed for the Sport series. Whether an AL Sport or a Sport Classic, this case is designed exactly for this pen, and it fits perfectly. If you just want to take your Kaweco Sport with you. This is not a piece of cardboard. It is a case from Kaweco. The brand name is already on it. It is a Kaweco Eco case. And this case is small, as you can see when you place a normal case to it. But it is also a little smaller and above all flatter than the Kaweco case for the Sport. And the Sport doesn't fit in here either. But if you put a Liliput in the Sport case, it wouldn't fit perfectly. It will wobble. That's what it is. That's what this Eco case made of cork leather is for, which by the way is vegan. The case has a small notch into which you can insert the Liliput. And then the case holds the Liliput perfectly. The case consists of a layer of cork that has been applied to a carrier material. It thus appears stable. This case is also available in a so-called apple leather, made from apple pomace, which is what is left over from juice production. This is then pressed and also applied to a carrier material. Incidentally, it feels pleasant. There is also an Eco case for the Sport. Sometimes you need something particularly stable and elegant. This box from Waldmann is exactly that. It is sturdily built, with a snap closure. When opened, you can immediately see the good padding in the lid, and also in the pen recesses. A pen really sits well here. The recesses are also large enough for large fountain pens. The larger pens, such as an Esterbrook SD Oversized and the Visconti Homo sapiens, fit easily into this box. And so you can pack your collection in a sophisticated way, for example. Or take it with you to a meeting. Of course, the box is not primarily designed for daily transportation of fountain pens, but it is portable enough to take your pens with you. If they are smaller, they may slide back and forth a little in recesses. But nothing can happen to the fountain pens, and the lid stays securely closed with a snap closure. A really elegant way to store your pens. Here we have a solution for storage at home if you have more writing instruments. These plastic tubes are also popular with manufacturers for use in the repair service and are available in different sizes and variants. Buffers for even safer storage are also available. These tubes are adjustable in length and therefore adapt to the contents. They can be opened either by pulling them apart or by unscrewing them. Fountain pens are easy to place in them and hold quite well just by clamping the fountain pens with the sleeve. They usually don't wobble, and for safety's sake you can also use these simple buffers. This ensures that the fountain pen is held firmly in the sleeve. That was a little insight into the world of cases. Maybe you found one for you, or one that you would like to give away. Everyone has different requirements and tastes. That's why the variety can be so great, and even greater. Because this is just a small insight. I hope you enjoyed it a little anyway, to briefly illuminate the world besides the fountain pen itself. And if you like it, I can show you more products, not just cases. Was it okay for you? Would you like me to go into more depth with the products or the topic? Please feel free to let me know here in the comments or by email. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.